Except during darshan, when I get close to you or even think of you, I become very emotional and begin crying. Why is this? Break. During the break, an ashramite asked me how I was doing. I explained the foregoing. And she said, I have known you in the past life. Is this true? Who told you? There's I'll tell you just this incident. See, there was a great Paramahamsa, a master incarnation in India, in Bengal, Sri Ramakrishna. Have you heard of him? Ramakrishna, a very great incarnation. His disciple is Vivekananda. So, one of his disciples started recording all the teachings of Ramakrishna. That book is called Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. So, this disciple, when he started recording, he asked Ramakrishna. The disciple who recorded is not Vivekananda, another one disciple. He asked Ramakrishna, Bhagavan, people may not be able to read all the pages. Some people may not even be able to read some people may not be able to read the whole book. Some may not be able to read even 75%. Some may not be even able to read one full paragraph, chapter. Some may not even be able to read one full page. So give me something, tell me something which I have to put it first, so that even if they read that 2-3 lines, they get the essence of your whole teaching. Then Ramakrishna just sits in samadhi for half an hour and says, put this as a first essence of my all the teaching. When you remember Guru or God, if your eyes become watery and if your heart melts, this is last birth for you. That's the first teaching. He says, this is the essence of whatever I want to tell. You put this as first. If people don't read the 4th line, it's okay. They got the essence of what I want to say. Leave it. If you read that book, this will be the first caption. First thing. So understand, this is your last birth. So don't bother about whether you are connected to me in past life or not. In present life you are connected. That's enough. No. Unless you have the vidarka, it's not that anything can happen. Vidarka is required. How to develop Vedic mind? Vedic mind you can't develop. Just drop your mind, you will have Vedic mind. So, Vedic mind can't be cultivated. How to drop? You will learn day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow I will give the initiation on the Nirvikalpa state. And you will have a technique of developing means having Vedic mind. Bread, cereal and all, it is good to avoid. I will not promote or accept that bread, cereal and all that. I will really promote cook every day 3 times. Morning cook separately, eat, wash the vessels. Noon cook and wash the vessels. Night cook and eat. In Indian villages still we cook 3 times a day, ma. Only the cities, lazy fellows. If you don't want to cook, don't eat, that's all. Why do you want to eat? And still in India there is a tradition. If you are a seeker, you have to do a Swayambhaga. You can't eat food cooked by somebody else. You have to cook and eat. Then naturally you will eat less. Because your food, who will put in mouth? and not only that, if you cook and eat, you can't eat 3 times. You will naturally reduce twice. That is different. But I'll really support cook. You see, I'll come to the habit of one person working, one person taking care of home. Taking care of home, taking care of kids is a full-time job. Otherwise, don't give birth. Why are you giving birth? Who asked you to create family if you can't maintain? Don't give birth. If you give birth, then spend time with them. Have this habit. I'll tell, if you are interested in listening to me, I'll tell you all. I'm not saying husband only should work or wife only should work. You decide. But one person should dedicate full time taking care of kids if you have. If you have kids. If you don't have kids, then no problem. If you have kids, one person should dedicate full time taking care of them, spending time with them, bringing them up, and seeing that they flower completely. They flower. So if one person is dedicated to home, then naturally the habit of 3 times cooking and all that will happen. And I think, I don't want anything which is preserved. Gita says very clearly, after cooked, within 3 hours it should be consumed. Anything after 3 hours is equivalent to madhu, alcohol, in Vedic tradition. If it is beyond 3 hours, don't consume, it is equivalent to alcohol. So you guys also develop the habit. If you are working and all, then develop the habit of twice eating. Eating morning and in the night. Have the habit of twice. And the noon, if you really feel like, have juice. But after cooking, if it is cooked food, it has to be taken within 3 hours. And try always to eat the fresh food. Noon, if you are in the office, you can't have a fresh cooked food, then go for fruits. That kind of thing. Very important question. Who and how is it determined in terms of what are qualities to have? Actually, there is no determination. Don't bother. There is no such thing as a scale. You become more and more aware of what is happening in you. Out of that awareness, whatever grows, encourage it. Otherwise, there is no such thing, you should have these qualities, you should not have these qualities. It is just way of exploiting you. I completely liberate you from all the so-called social, legal, moral contacts. It's all changing. Only one thing, eternal. Infuse more and more awareness into your body and mind. In that awareness, whatever grows, encourage it. When you are completely aware of what is happening in your mind, witnessing, if love grows, encourage it. If compassion grows, encourage it. If hatred disappears, encourage it. But you don't do it. You understand what I am saying? You are supposed to do only one thing, growing consciousness. Your body should be greenhouse for consciousness, nursery for new man. Other things should happen by itself. Don't bother about anything else. Huh? No, in awareness, fear will never come. It's unconsciousness. In awareness, fear will never come. A spiritual name. See, basically, I look into your identity. Exactly what is you, and give you a word which will be a technique for your enlightenment. That word will signify 3 things. For example, if you are an intellectual type, I usually will give the name words related to intellect, like a Nithyananda. Means that intellectual jnana, knowledge, is the path for you. It's like a 3 thing. 1, that is your path, that is your goal, that my blessing, you will become that. All 3 is given as a spiritual name. That's the way I have a huge dictionary. I'll usually classify people. You can use that name as a mantra. That is enough for you. Nothing else is required. For example, if I have given you the name Jnanananda, just meditate on that word. Whole day chant that very word, your own name. Jnanananda, Jnanananda, Jnana. Just the chanting, that remembrance, you will become enlightened. That concept alone is enough to liberate you. It's like a single gift. If you ask me, whatever you want to give, can you consolidate in one thing and give me the whole thing? I can say the name is like that. Whole day you can chant continuously. You don't need any other mantra. That one concept is enough for you. That's the way the names, spiritual name I pick up and give. For example, I have given you the name Priyan. Love is your path. Constantly feel love. Priya. That is my life. So if you are sitting on the bed, radiate love to that bed. Don't sit in a dead way. Don't think that bed is indebted to carry you. No, it's carrying you out of its greatness. So tell the bed, thank you for carrying me. You are alive. Sit with a lot of love. When you touch even a paper, touch with a lot of love. And when you look at anything, touch anything, do it with a lot of love and awareness. See, my car, which I am using for last 8 years, every time when I sit, I will touch him with a lot of love. Once, the fellow, no fuel, complete stopped in a forest when I was driving, interior Tamil Nadu village. Completely stopped, total dry. I just touched, hey Nandi, nothing can be done now. I don't know what you will do. Till next petrol bunk, run. 32 kilometers that fellow ran without oil. Without any fuel. 32 kilometers, that car. It's not that you will treat him like a car and then tell when the problem comes, do it. No. You have to have that love forever, the relationship. And he did it. I don't know how you will understand. 8 years. At least 2 lakh kilometers. And no vehicle in India runs for 2 lakh kilometers. 200,000 kilometers he has already run. And still, the best vehicle in our ashram is that vehicle only. I'm just giving you the example. Anything you do, Priya, love, that should become a mantra in you. Mantra in you. So that should be a mantra in you. Constantly repeat that as a mantra. That concept should get completely. No. So I can say, I am the pure reflection of the source. Whether you look at me or look at the source inside, you will reach the same.
So I'm trying to practice what you said in the morning. So when I look at you, I don't see you. But
yes.
Is that okay?
When you look at me, you will see the seat is empty because I am empty.
So I'm doing it right.
Huh?
So I guess the technique I'm doing
is right. You are right. When you look at the seat and if you see emptiness, you are right. If you are seeing somebody, you are wrong.
Okay.
See, I am not present as you think. As I always tell that, dead masters are not absent as you think. Living masters are not present as you think. Unable to understand? It's okay. Yes? Yes. Looking at the source is what I call self-remembrance. Even the remembrance word is small, self-awareness, restful awareness.